Okay, you guys, why do I always say you guys too? I have to catch myself from certain keywords. I don't say like a lot, but I do say you guys. All of you watching today, we are doing a non-Instagram makeup tutorial. The reason I'm calling it that is because I know with all of us taking Instagram shots, we are baking, contouring, cooking, souffling. We're doing like all this stuff in the kitchen. I want to take all that out and strip it down to just a very wearable, soft, fresh makeup that you can do every day. It doesn't take a lot of time. I will say, as my heads up, I feel very uncomfortable right now without any lash extensions or fake nails on. I hope you guys appreciate the realness in this video. Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact I do not have lash extensions, fake lashes, or fake nails on, and there's hardly any fake hair in my head right now. I'm feeling really vulnerable, you guys. So let's get started on this non-Instagram fresh makeup. Okay, so to start off our non-Instagram makeup tutorial, I'm going to put a hydrating base down. I love the brand Elemis. You guys know it's one of my favorite brands, but they have this Pro Radiance Illuminating Flash Balm. I'm going to see if they have it here in the US because I got it when I went on my trip to London because that's where it's based out of. It is amazing. I use this as a primer for my skin because my skin is so dry. So I want something that's hydrating and gives you a nice glow to the skin. So I just take a buffer brush like this. It's kind of a rounded one. It needs to be really dense, you guys. It can't be something, let me show you. I don't have a good example, but it can't be one of those like really fluffy ones. It needs to be like super dense so it's buffing into the skin. So take some of that Flash Cream and let me show you guys what it looks like on one side of my face so you could see the hydration and the glow it gives to your skin. You see on this side versus this one. I don't know if you can see a difference on camera. Right there. I'm going to do the other side. So take a little bit more. And it hydrates the skin. It's technically a skincare product, but I use it as a pre-makeup base. So put it all over. Just buff it in with that brush. Okay, now this step is optional, you guys. For the non-Instagram look, I like it to be very dewy, very fresh, not matte, not baked, not cooked, not, souffled, whatever. We're not doing any of that stuff. I want it to be very natural looking like skin. So I like adding a little bit of glow. If you have oily skin, don't do this step because you don't need it. You'll have natural shine of your own, but my skin is super dry and very flat looking. So we're gonna add some natural dewiness. So I'm gonna use the Armani Fluid Sheer. Or if you want a really good shine, CoverFX has those custom enhancer drops that give you like a little bit of shimmer. Let me show you guys the difference between the two. This is the color Sunlight. So let me put a drop of that on the back of my hand. And it's kind of a bronzy rose gold look. And the one from Armani, this is number 7. It's more of a light sheer color. So do you guys see the difference between the two? How one is lighter than the other. I'm gonna just mix these both since I have them on the back of my hand. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of a peachy color. If you have deeper skin, get, trying to remember which one from CoverFX. I think it's the bronze one. Get more of like a deep coppery color. It'll still give you that really light shimmer that you want. So take some of this with that same brush and just put it around your skin. I'm not gonna put too much on the center of my face, because your center of your face already gets a little bit oily. I'm going to put a little bit extra on the top of my cheekbones though. This is where we want a lot of sheen. Okay, now it's time for the foundation, you guys. I'm going to use the Dermablend Flawless Creator. It's a super highly pigmented foundation. And I'm going to use the number 125N. It's a little dark for me, but we're going to make this work. We're going to blend in with the one that's lighter. Come on, dropper. The only thing I don't like with this, you guys, is the dropper does not work on this thing. So half the time I have to just scrape it off. But I'm going to put a few drops on the back of my hand. I'm going to put 1 drop of the 10N. It's a lighter one just to custom mix it. The formula is beautiful, but their shade range is not very broad, which I don't like. But I love the formula. Okay, so on the back of my hand, I'm going to mix this on. We use this as our palette. And you see how high pigment it is? So why I like doing this for a non-Instagram makeup look is because once you buff this out, it's super high coverage, but it's very thin. So you're not doing multiple layers and stuff. You're just doing one thin layer that's highly pigmented. So you need less product. Okay, now this step, you guys, is to add just a little more coverage under here. If you don't need that at all, I would say definitely skip this because we want this whole face routine to be very simple, very doable for every day. So again, this step is very optional, but I'm gonna do it because my eyes are a little dark and I wanna brighten this area. So what I do is I take the same foundation in the lighter one. This is 10N, it's their lightest color they have. And I take just a couple drops. Oh, that was a little too much. A little too much, Marlena. Now I switch to a beauty blender because I want control in dabbing it in here. So I'm going to pick up a little on the back of my hand like this. And all I'm going to do is dab a bit under the eyes and on top of the cheekbone. It's kind of the same technique. This is slightly Instagram-ish makeup. That's why I'm saying it's optional. But I like doing this one step even for every day because I need that coverage and I need my face highlighted a bit. I'm going to come down the tip of the nose and just under here. Put on the center of the forehead and there. So it should be pretty fast and easy. Do you guys see the difference? How it kind of brightened my face? It hid my... I cannot talk. I need more coffee. It hid those eye bags that are barking, and they are definitely barking today. I just got back from a huge 2.5-week trip from London, Manchester, Minneapolis, Paris, and back to Seattle, and now I'm in LA. Those eye bags are definitely barking today. So if we need 3 layers, I'm gonna put 3 layers on. Okay, so take that same beauty blender. Now we're gonna set with powder. Now, this is the non-Instagram makeup part, you guys. We are not going to carve and bake and cook. We're not doing any of that BS. We are going to take a little bit of powder. For everyday wear, you don't need a ton of powder. This is where you look cakey. So if there's any step from this video you're gonna get, little powder is the best possible. So I'm going to take that beauty blender slightly damp. It works damp. Don't do it dry. You're going to take some of that loose powder just like this. Press in the back of your hand. I want just a little bit of powder. We're going to set only in the T-zone. So right under that eyes to set that makeup that I did. Pick up a little more. Other part of the T-zone. Don't come on top of the cheekbones. We want that shine to show through. Little bit on the forehead, the nose, and we're going to put a little on top of the eyes too. Right here, and the chin. So did you guys notice I didn't do anything on this part of my face? This is where you can look the cakiest. We don't have a lot of oil glands in this area, so if you put powder there, automatically it's going to look thick, it's going to look cakey and dry. So don't put any powder there if at all possible. Okay, if you guys want to add a little bit of bronzer, you can. I like using the Makeup Geek angled stippling brush, and I'm not going to contour anything. I'm just going to warm up the face a little bit. So I'm going to take the Flawlessly Ever After face palette. This is the one in Fair Lady. So there's 4 different ones for every skin type. So everyone has a color. So it's like fair, medium, caramel, and deep. So everyone has one. I'm going to take a little bit of this bronzer here, and we're just going to do a very slight bronze. So I'm going to apply it under my cheekbone. And you don't have to worry about this powder sticking to the skin without powder underneath. I think that's a huge myth. If you do it lightly and do a stippling motion, it's not going to stick to that powder as much and give you that cakey look. Because again, the least amount of powder you guys can use, the better. It's going to look more like real skin. You see I'm doing it up here. You can put a little on the forehead if you want. It's optional. Just like that. You don't even need any blush or anything if you bring this up the cheekbone a little bit. Now, if you guys absolutely have to have highlighter, I would recommend not doing powder because powder highlighter can be very strong. It can be very shimmery and glittery. If you want something day-to-day appropriate, I love using liquid and creams. So one of my favorite ones is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. It's a beautiful cream highlighter. It looks really natural, and it's going to add that dewy effect without it being like powdery, shimmery shine. So take that beauty blender again, pick up some on the back of the hand, and just dab a bit right here. And because there's not a lot of powder there, it's going to melt into the skin really, really well. Do you guys see the sheen there? It's not glittery, it's not shimmery. It just gives a nice, healthy shine to it. Okay. Now it's time for the brows. I hate doing brows. It's my least favorite part of my makeup routine. I wish I could skip it. I just had my brows Nano needled, it's basically a new version of tattooing. I do recommend it. I'll do a video on that later if you guys want. Post in the comments below. Okay, I'm going to do 2 different ones. I'm going to use the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. This is number 4. It's a little bit darker. And what I'm going to do is just do strokes in here. Hold on, let me get a mirror that I can see. Okay. So I'm just going to do some strokes underneath to kind of fill in the brow. And I do a darker one underneath, and then on top I do a lighter. And then what I like to do, you guys, hold on, where did my brush go? Okay, take a spoolie brush, and I just kind of blend through it a little bit. Kind of buff it out so it's not a harsh line, it's just a nice filling in. And then take a lighter pencil. I really like the Senna Cosmetics. I don't know if you guys have used that one before. It's almost like a brow chalk, so it's not like a hard ink. It's not carving. It's just a very soft and natural texture. So I'm going to take the one in taupe brown. Looks like this. And I do the top part with that. And just kind of do the strokes here. Can you guys see how it's a very soft, it's not harsh brows, it's just very light texture, kind of like that. Okay, now that these dang brows are done, the least favorite part of my makeup routine is over, so let's move on to the fun stuff. You guys want to do eyes or lips? I heard you say eyes. Okay. I'm going to take a foiled shadow of any kind. I'm going to do Nostalgic. It's a really pretty soft pink. If you have deeper skin, I would go in with Grandstand. You see the difference between the two? Grandstand looks good on everyone, but especially on deep skin. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to do Nostalgic. I'm going to take my finger and just dip it in and literally just blend this out on the lid. You don't need brushes at this point. It just adds a little bit of brightening to the eyes. You see how easy that is? We're not going to do any blending. We're not going to use brushes. We're honestly just going to do a little bit of shimmer on there to give the lids a nice little pop. Okay, now we're going to do mascara. My lashes are virtually non-existent because I do not have my lash extensions on right now. It's really killing me, you guys. And did you notice I don't have my fake nails on? This is the first time my natural nails have seen sunlight in like 7 years. I'm going natural, you guys. I know, it's shocking. I know, I should have warned you before the video started. Marlena's going natural. The earth is coming to an end. I'm going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black and put this on. Now, if you guys have actual lashes, well, I guess that's pumping them up. Damn, this mascara is good. It's my go-to, $6 at CVS, you guys. I'm telling you. That is the one thing. Do not spend your hard-earned money on high-end mascara. It's the same stuff. It's made at the same factories. It's all about that name. Just saying. Put some of that on. All right, now the final step is any lip product that you guys would like, gloss, stain, whatever. I'm going to do Old School Lipstick in Shy. It's one of my favorite lip colors because it's super hydrating. It's just a perfect rosy color for every skin color, so I love this one a lot. So I'm just going to put on a layer of that. Easy breezy. And there you go. There's your super easy, very fresh, everyday type makeup that you guys can do. It's not Instagram worthy, but we don't all have time to take pictures every single day for Instagram. So this is what I'd wear every day when I'm going to run errands and such. So hopefully that gives you guys some ideas of what to do with your skin. Keep it natural, less powder, everything creamy if you possibly can. And that is it for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link below, you guys. And thanks so much for your support. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.